Good afternoon, welcome to the station and Cochrane Crossing building.
Democrats are worried they may lose their grip in the U.S. House.
Oh, that's going to kill
The U.S. Senate may
whatever that is
also.
back there.
I'm Candace Stokes.
There it is. Thank you. That got our attention anyways. Thank you for being here, everyone. What a wonderful building. Isn't this awesome? Well, today's ribbon cutting, we don't get to do these very often, so we're going to take our time and do this well today. First of all, I think I'd like to talk about this, investing in our community. This is a key outcome of an early strategic priority that Council identified early on in our term, investing in our core, investing in our community, being deliberate in how our downtown turns out and what kind of investment we want to see driven here. As we have a train going by so appropriately right now and celebrating our history of why we are here in the first place in this valley and why we are a community, celebrating CP and being right next to the tracks obviously are a part of that. But Council really wanted to identify this area and be specific and deliberate in how this investment could look and model for future investment. So with that, I'd like to acknowledge the councillors that are with me here today. Councillor Fedeko, you're here. Can you please come up? Councillor Nagel, all donned in our Cochrane garb. Councillor Flowers and Councillor McFadden. Thank you guys for supporting. You can come on either side if you want. There's plenty of room. And I think I'd be remiss if I didn't point out some staff members. A few of them I'd like to recognize who were instrumental in the building today. Greg Barcy. Greg, manager, I have to read these titles, Corporate Properties and Fleet Services. Greg did some research on this building and I think did an awesome job and nailed the construction here, Greg. Thank you so much for your work on this. I don't know if Ray is here. Ray Predicate? No, but Ray also, he's our capital projects engineer. Did a lot of work with the crossing function of this and project managed that. So thank you to Ray. Executive leadership team. We have Drew Hyman here, Stacy Lowe, Lisa Almond, somewhere I thought, there she is. Catherine Van Kampima didn't make it. She's busy crafting the budget draft. I won't go there. CAO Mike Derricott is also, I believe he's away today, but all of these individuals played a huge function in where we are today. So thank you guys. There's also a few partners. I mean, these things don't happen by themselves. Fortis played a huge role in this. CP Rail, I mentioned earlier. Government of Alberta. I'd like to recognize GEC Architecture for all the work in design and all the work that went into visualizing what we're standing in today. And Canada Construction for putting all the pieces together and rising up out of what was once a fuel transfer station. So, a little bit of will and some vision and obviously some dollars. Look at what you can create with a little bit of a plan. So thank you to all those partners. I believe we have a few special guests. Is Brenda Huco here from Stony Dakota? It's minus 20 out. So anyways, Brenda was supposed to be here. Brenda is a Stony Travel Administration representative that was they're a key partner in SWIFT, the Stony Dakota Nithni transfer SWIFT bus that will utilize this property. And I'm not sure if someone from Southland Transportation is here, but Southland also with our Colt system is a key partner. So I spoke about investing in our community. I don't want to go on at length about how we've been deliberate, but it's true. We even had conversations as early as last night about how it is we want to see the function of this building come to fruition. And like I say, we don't always get to cut a ribbon, so we're gonna take our time today. And thank you guys for standing up here. I know it's a little bit awkward, but we share in the, and I think in the glory of this. We don't often build community fixtures. I think the last one was our pool in 2017, and that council at that time had a vision years before to have that building built. So here we are today with this one. Green Trip funding was a primary driver of this. We were given a grant through the province of Alberta to utilize it for transit. So we knew we were going to have a transit function here all along, but this council had the wherewithal to say, well, what else? What else could happen? Yes, we're going to build a transit building. Yes, it's going to have a transit function. Colt's going to work, and we delivered on that service. And yes, we have some work to do, and we're going to improve that service every year. But really wanted to look at how we could leverage that opportunity into what else. And what else is what we're standing in. Not only just a transit function, but also a innovation center behind us, or a future business incubator. We have visitor information services here where we're standing today. We've obviously got the transit function. And there's Councillor Wilson, come on up. It's perfect timing. But I think it's important we talk about a little bit about the history. So there was, over on the kind of park side of the property that is now covered in snow, but will be a future skating area in the winter time, in the future, probably not this year, but in future years. We're gonna have an area for residents to gather, mingle right downtown, the connection on the other side of the tracks with the crossing, of course. But we had envisioned a 3-story building a few years ago. Came to fruition from a trip to Waterloo when a few of us were at FCM. We stopped in Toronto on the way home, looked at some incubator spaces in Ontario where they've been modeling this for well over a decade, and said, well, why can't we do something similar in Cochrane? So that was kind of the idea. We came home, we put our heads together, we talked about the 3-story building, utilizing grant funding, building something huge and grandiose, and just like all dreams, and maybe not like all dreams, like some dreams, COVID got in the way of a really good idea, and we obviously had to adjust, reimagine, and here we are standing in what a budget that we cut back on, and we were able to live within the means of what we knew the future was going to look like. So here we stand today. So I think it's important to recognize that we still were able to get this built and done in COVID with all of the barriers that, and I don't want to go through all of them, but supply chain issues, inflation, blah, blah, blah. We all know all of the things. But I'm really proud of our team for sticking in there and delivering such a fabulous building. And I have to say, those tours that we took of the tech incubators in Waterloo, I can feel it in here, Greg. You nailed it. So I'm really glad that you spent the time to go out there with us. You built what we were visioning, so well done again. So I don't want to go on too long here, but I think it's important we break this building into two, this ribbon cutting today. We've got the station function, which I talked about, visitor information, business that you can do with the town function down here. It's kind of a mini ranch house. You'll be able to do town business here. That door opens whenever you want it to. You can meet virtually with a town representative from up at the ranch house. We are utilizing technology and being innovative in the way we're delivering town services here. It's easy to get to, the parking across the street, and then of course the rail crossing. As a person who's lived here his entire life, almost, I had no idea how close our downtown was to our new downtown. And it hasn't been for ages. Councillor Wilson, you spoke about it last night. I thought very well. This is revolutionizing our downtown core for people to work on this side, get to the other side, or vice versa, park here, get over there. It's just really changed the way people are going to be able to move about our downtown. So it's exciting we're going to be able to cut that ribbon here today. So I don't really have much more. I do have a lot more I've written down, but I don't think really it's, I think we should just get on with it and cut this ribbon. So thank you all for being here. The way we're gonna do this, we got like these two balloon things outside that are, I thought it was a huge coat rack, but it's a balloon thing, and we're gonna string a ribbon between. We're gonna do a bit of a photo op outside. It's brisk, but the sun's shining. It's Cochrane after all. We'll cut that ribbon. We'll not say a few words, but then we'll scuttle over to the railway crossing. We'll cut a ribbon there, and we'll come in and do some tours. So, so excited to be here today. I'm glad you guys are here. Thank you all for sharing with us, and I see mostly staff. You guys are a huge part of it. Thank you all. Let's cut this ribbon. All right?